Allyson loves this song.
I used to like the song. It's a bit much.
Really?
Yeah, it's all the time. I mean, I like it, but
you would go out of your way and watch the videos.
Because I liked it. But now the song's annoying because it's played all the time. I liked it when it wasn't.
Because of the videos?
Yes.
Are you like a good morning, by the way. It's Billy.
Good morning.
And Allyson and Chris.
Hey, guys. Allyson, have you done the challenge yet?
Yeah, I did the challenge.
challenge.
I've done it a few times. That's so me to do that.
You see, okay. So Chris is the person, or I get the feeling that Chris is the person that loves like these online challenges. Like he likes to look at them. He'd like to do them.
Guilty.
Allyson seems to be someone that likes to look at them, not participate.
Did you do the ice bucket challenge?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Of course. Who did you challenge?
Like my dad, a friend. No one really interesting.
Did you do it, Billy? No shot.
No
shot.
I didn't do the ice bucket challenge.
I donated too, though. Some people just do the. I did.
No, you did.
No, I swear I didn't donate a lot.
You didn't donate.
Is it the same amount that you tipped to the person in the hotel?
A little more.
No,
I don't
this
tip
is a
them.
person that like you strike me as a person that like, you know what? I did the challenge. I did my part. I raised awareness. Like, no, you didn't.
I donated like $20.
Online.
I donated $20 and I screenshotted the thing just in case people called me out.
Like, you have a receipt of this. You're just walking around like, guys.
Just JIC.
You know what we did do was that pepper thing.
Yeah, you did the pepper challenge. That was for ALS too, right?
Yeah, but
what?
I to be honest with you, I didn't donate, so I didn't really help at all.
Who did you challenge? Did the person you challenged?
I don't even know who made us do it. But like everybody did it, and Tom Haberstroh would retweet like everyone's, but he didn't retweet ours. So it's like,
what happened with your
if
team
a tree
last
falls
night?
in the forest?
What happened with your team? I think a lot has been brewing inside you.
My team?
Yeah.
What team?
What do you mean, what team?
The Marlins?
We led SportsCenter last night, Billy.
Yeah, but not for the right reasons.
We
Why
did.
are you happy about this?
It was a fun story.
Here's a fun story.
I love that people are blaming Billy.
It's
like
so
he's
strange.
responsible.
It's so strange.
It's
like
so good.
The last text I would ever have expected to get was the one from you yesterday saying, "What's up with your boy Urena?" Because you've never watched the Marlins game. Have you ever watched the Marlins?
the Marlins every night. Are you kidding?
When's the last time you watched a baseball game? Boog is one of your best
that's a
friends.
good
One of your
question.
best friends. He calls like 3 games a week or so, right?
He calls 3 games.
But you'd
Wednesday,
never
Saturday,
watch a game
Sunday.
because Boog is doing the game.
Wait, so the last time I've seen a baseball in its entirety or I watched it on television?
Sure, we'll do both.
I mean, a very long time. I would have to really think about it. A long time. So I'm not taping.
Was it the
Marlins.
Phillies? Was it when you lived like in Philadelphia?
Could be. I mean, I definitely haven't been to a baseball game.
And not
here.
for work.
Not for, you mean excluding work. The last time I watched a baseball
Not because
game
you had to.
in its entirety, I mean, a long time. Not in this decade.
So it was a strange text.
Yeah. Well, I was being,
Yeah.
I mean, do you think I was watching the game and saw it? No.
We should tell people what happened.
Well, so for those of you that don't know what happened, Ronald Acuna Jr. has been lighting, the Marlins up in particular. He's been really hot lately. And he's had 3 home runs to start a game in a row against the Marlins. And yesterday, Jose Urena came in. And by the way, not just 3 home runs. He's hit other home runs in the game, too. So he's just been tearing the
8
Marlins
home runs
up.
in 8 games.
Yeah. And Jose Urena hit him with the first pitch of the game yesterday. And the world went crazy. He got ejected eventually. It took a little bit for him to get ejected. Ronald Acuna seemed to be injured. He ended up leaving in the second inning, but like the x-rays and all that stuff came back negative, so he's fine. But everyone lost their mind, and I'm not going to defend Jose Urena because I saw it and it seemed intentional. And I don't understand the point of what was going on a lot of the times in the broadcast. We're like, well, Jose Urena, he's wild. He leads the league in, hit by pitches. So it's, it's not, it was probably an accident. It's like, well, look, if you're going to hit people and you're going to injure people and the excuse is you can't control where the ball is going, like you need to go down and figure that out. You can't just be putting people at risk because you can't control where the ball is going. Like that's not really, even if it wasn't intentional, I don't think that that's like a valid, she's like, oh, well, you know what? It wasn't intentional. So it's fine. I mean, if you would have injured him, it would have been the same result, intentional or not. So like he needs to figure it out.
As someone who's coached high school baseball and has been in these discussions in a dugout, I can tell you for a fact, he did not intend to hit the batter.
For a fact. You know that for a fact.
You can't say that for the fact.
Well,
no, he did. He coached high school baseball.
Jose Urena himself said this, and I believe him 100%, because this is how it works. When someone is on fire in baseball, you never just say the first pitch of the game, I want to hit this guy, because he's obviously going to get ejected. What he was trying to do was brush him back. Throw a little up and in, make him even fall down maybe. 100%.
He is an aggressive pitcher.
Right, and Urena is wild, so he tried to go up and in, was a little wild because that's what he is, and he hit him. It was a mistake.
But you understand why it looks bad.
Oh,
right?
It looks terrible, and he deserved to be ejected. Like, I heard the announcer saying, oh, you can't eject him if you don't eject him right away. It's like, let's get the call right. He deserved to be ejected. It's just such a bad look that they had to eject him. So, I don't know what these broadcasters were doing.
What do you think? Because the reaction for me was kind of crazy. Allyson, I'll go to you because I know that you...
No, don't come to me.
I know that you're really into this.
People are blaming you as if you're responsible.
Thank you. I got so much of that yesterday on Twitter where people were saying I should be ashamed of what was going on. And people telling me, like, you know, you guys should really suspend him for the rest of this. Like, do you think I have the power to do anything about this? Like,
are you going to suspend him? Because I feel like you probably should.
This is what I think I'm going to do. I think that he might get a couple games. I'm not going to suspend him the rest of the season, me personally. I will not be doing that. I don't think that that is, you know, the way we, the Marlins, are going to handle this situation. I would say that, like, I'd like to, on behalf of myself and the power that I have with the Marlins, which is none, apologize to the Braves and the fan base and just baseball in general. Baseball seems very upset about this. Sports, can I apologize to sports?
Are you upset about this?
I'm not upset about it. I mean, it's a bad look. I think it's a bad look for the Marlins. I think that it's not a good look when you're, you know, you look like a sore loser. You look like a baby because this guy's been killing your team. You're 27 games under 500 now. This is a first place team. This is their hottest player. And it looks like a cheap shot. Intentional or not, it looks bad. Like, it looks like a cheap shot. And it's like, I'm kind of upset about it because it makes it look like the team is dirty and he's a dirty player. And I don't think he is a dirty player, but that looks bad.
Well, an argument that could be made for wanting to brush him back is he has, like, pimped these home runs a lot that he's hit.
No, but
like, I'm for that. I like when people pimp and bat flip and stuff, but he has been very showy. So I could see where the Marlins are like, we need to let this kid know what's up. He's 19. He's pimping every home run.
You know, this is strange because I'm normally like, yeah, throw at the guy, brush him back, whatever, but like not game to game. Like if he's doing that one game to the next, like take care of it that game. Like why are you going to carry that over and start the next game with that?
If I'm the Braves, I wanted Urena to stay in the game, so he had to get in the batter's box. And this sets up now, South Florida sports fans have something to look forward to because the next time Urena pitches against the Braves and Urena has to get into that batter's box.
Well, they play him next week.
Yeah,
down
but
here,
I think he's going to be suspended.
Let's talk about that.
It won't happen until next season. But when they play again, Urena versus the Braves, if it's here, I'm going to that.
What
game.
does that do, though? Honestly,
nothing.
Like,
but it'll
carrying
be fun.
it over from year to year, like what is that going to accomplish?
Nothing. But it'll be fun.
This is so strange because I'm always like the guy. Like I like when people like get thrown at it stuff, but like it just seemed cheap to start a game like that. And the guy's hot. He's 20, and he could have gotten hurt. Like that's a thing that I actually like. So people are going overboard with suspensions. Like you just suspend him the rest of the season. There's 39 games left in the season. That is never going to happen. And you can't just do it because he's hitting a player that's hot now. Like, you can't base, you know, the punishment on who it is that's getting hit. I went back and looked at suspensions. I did some research,
okay.
Allyson Turner.
Okay, I'm excited.
Do you want to know the suspensions?
Do you think it was intentional? I want to ask you that first.
When it happened, I definitely thought it was intentional. Afterwards, I could kind of see, I mean, we have sound of Jose Urena talking about it. After him talking about it, like, he kind of makes points, but it's still hard for me. Like, I don't know if it was intentional or not. Only he knows. You want to hear what he said?
Sure.
All right, we can play the sound of him.
Oh. I love that Chris is like,
I was talking to Roy. Roy's down in Bristol. He's available now. Roy was talking to me. I'm sorry. I saw you guys talking. I was like, good, I can talk to Roy.
Chris had
sorry
the look on his face that you had. Hi, Roy.
Hi, Billy. Hi, Allison. Hi, Chris.
How's
You're
Bristol?
kind of ruining the show right now.
Yeah,
right?
I apologize. I'm here, though, so hooray.
What are you doing in Bristol? If
I have meetings with the heads of ESPN Radio. So
are you going to leave us?
Maybe.
You know what was funny is that Chris, we just looked at him to play the sound. He looked like you looked when you were at the board in Diamond Dallas Page. He just like, we looked at him and you were just frozen.
No. See, I dumped Dallas Page on that one. So,
no, you're missing it. I'm saying Chris looked like
Roy, you're just
what sound you want to play? Should we get back to this?
Play the sound.
You're going to play Jose Urena.
For me, like, I feel pretty bad because the thing, like, you know, the people get upset and things like that, you know, but I get upset too because how I go away 5 days for just go out there and make one pitch and get kicked out again, that don't make sense, right? Always I throw inside.
It makes sense. He wasn't trying to hit him. He was trying to brush him back. He's wild. It got a little away from him. He hit him.
I mean, it looks bad. And
it looks terrible.
He'll get suspended, and that's fine.
Probably 10 games.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, so I'm glad you brought that up, because I looked this up, because people are saying he should be suspended for the rest of the season. 39 games is ridiculous. Now,
Who was saying that? Those are just Twitter people saying that.
Well, no, Olbermann was saying it.
Really?
Yeah, Olbermann was saying it. People think that MLB should send a message, but I don't think that you can be sending a message just because of who was hit. I don't think that should dictate the punishment. If it's a crime, it should be the same. So I started looking it up because, Allyson, as you know, as a big baseball fan,
I'm a huge baseball fan.
Starting pitchers get suspended longer than any other player because starting pitcher suspensions are a joke. If you get suspended 10 games as a starting pitcher, it's not even 10 games. It's basically one start, and then you throw it off because they pitch every 5th game. So, I mean, the check is for every, 10 games or whatever, but you're really only missing one start. So, if they suspended him, I could see them suspending him 8 to maybe, if they really want to send a message, 15 games. But he'll appeal that, and it'll never be that long. He's going to miss a start. Maybe two.
So what did you research?
Yeah, I was going to say, you have some case studies.
So this is what I did. I started looking it up because 39 games is insane. So I started looking up pitcher suspensions in particular. And there's lots of pitcher suspensions, but a lot of them are 75 games domestic violence, 100 games steroids, stuff like that. For throwing at people, Dan Strelowitz, and this is, by the way, through June 22nd of this year. So I'm assuming that there have been things since then that are being appealed or whatever, because it's August. So it hasn't been a month of good behavior. But Dan Strelowitz was suspended 5 games for throwing at someone, for throwing at Buster Posey, which that also makes us look bad because the Marlins had this similar incident with the Giants earlier this year where they were throwing at people. So they're building a bad reputation right now. So he was suspended 5 games for throwing at someone. Then we keep going back. We go back to last season. Michael Fyers, our friend, was suspended 5 games for throwing at someone's head. That's not what this was. He didn't throw at someone's head. That was 5-game suspension. Alex Wilson was suspended for 4 games for throwing at someone last season. Matt Barnes was suspended last season 4 games for throwing at someone's head.
See, it's going to be, if they really want to send a statement, it's going to be 10 games.
No, yeah. It's not good. 39 games is ridiculous. And that's just, yesterday was Wednesday and there wasn't a lot going on, so people wanted to be upset about this, and it's because it was a hot prospect that got hit. But it's completely unrealistic to think that 39 games is going to be a suspension that they're going to get. It's going to be a short suspension. People are going to be upset about it. It's going to get appealed, and it's going to come down.
This is your fault. I mean, it falls entirely on you. I know you feel some responsibility.
Yeah, you should.
I feel bad because I said that he was going to be an all-star this year. And that's another thing, is he's had such a bad year that you could just see, I know that he says, hey, why would I do that? I pitch every 5 games. Why would I hit you with 1 pitch? I mean, he's had a bad year. I think he has 2 wins or something. He's not having a good season. The team is out of it, obviously. You could completely understand him just being frustrated. You know what? I'm just, whatever. I don't want to do this right now.
Going back to my excitement for the next time Urena pitches against the Braves.
You're not going to go to that game.
I will 100% go to that game if it's here. Only if this. I have a question for you. If I'm trying to watch a brawl, if I'm anticipating them hitting Urena and fireworks happening, where is it better to watch a baseball brawl? On TV or in person?
You know what I would do?
I think it's on TV because you get a lot of replays. If something big happens, they'll show you that.
No, but in person, it seems a lot more impressive than on TV.
Right.
On TV, you're wow, nothing happened, but in person, oh!
I'm going to put it on the poll because I think that's a good question.
Sure.
I really want to know the results.
You know what I think the Marlins should do? The next time Jose Urena pitches against the Braves, they should have him bat first. So that way, if the pitcher's going to get kicked out of the game, whoever it is, I mean, you should see who the starting pitcher is going to be. If it's a good pitcher for them, have Jose Urena hit first, have their pitcher get kicked out at the beginning of the game, and then you don't get 3 innings of the pitcher dominating your team.
Then they might just start someone else at the last minute, start change. They start some guy that they don't even want to pitch.
I think you play a game of chicken. So you do the thing where, you go out to give in the lineup card or whatever, and you kind of take a little peek and you see who is it that's starting for them. And then you go back and you run back and you scribble, oh no, Jose Urena's batting ninth. What do you think?
I like it.
Allison says we should break.
Support for the Dan Le Batard Show podcast comes from our friends at Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. Let's talk about buying a home for a minute. Because of rising interest rates, there's a lot of unpredictability when it comes to buying a home these days. It's causing a lot of anxiety and stress for a lot of people. Well, our friends at Quicken Loans are doing something about that. They're calling it the power buying process. Here's how it works. Quicken Loans will verify your income, your assets, and credit in less than 24 hours to give you a verified approval. That gives you the strength of a cash buyer. Then once you're verified, you qualify for their all-new exclusive Rate Shield approval. This is very cool here. First, They'll lock your rate up for 90 days while you shop. Now, here's the best part. If rates go up, your rates stay the same. But if rates go down, your rate also drops. Either way, you win. It's the kind of thinking you'd expect from America's largest mortgage lender. To get started, simple. Go to rocketmortgage.com/Stugotz. Rate Shield approval. Only valid on certain 30-year purchase transactions. Additional conditions or exclusions may apply based on Quicken Loans data in comparison to public data records. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLSconsumeraccess.org number 3030.
Don Le Batard.
Chris Cody, how is it that you had a sharp single off of Matt Latos and also played with the big prospect? You played with the big prospect?
No, I coached against Lewis Brinson, the center fielder that we got back. He's a 5-tool outfielder, really good player. He went 1 for 4 against our awful baseball team.
Stugotz.
Did you have your ace on the hill, or?
No, what you do is you start with the heat and you go high in the zone.
Right.
And then when the 2 strikes come, curve it.
He sits dead red with 2 strikes?
That's right.
All right.
What pitcher was it for you? Was it like your ace, or was it like your number 3
Our
guy?
number 2 was our number 2.
Number 2 guy.
This guy
What's he up to now?
Nothing.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz on the ticket.
Billy,
Yes.
Marlins catcher's coach Brian Schneider was ready to throw hands last night.
Brian Schneider was?
Oh, have you seen this guy?
Snicker was about to.
Oh, yeah. Anytime that there is any beef or a bench is clearing, Brian Schneider, who used to play for the Nationals.
Yeah, you remember him?
He's now a coach for us. He is all business, ready to go.
Really?
He looked like he was ready to throw
Who was he
hands
going to
last night.
fight?
I don't know. He was just like, he saw Snicker getting into it, and one of their other coaches was also getting fired up.
The coaches seemed to be the most angry out of everyone. That was what was going on yesterday.
Yeah.
That was funny, by the way. I mean, I guess not funny, but the fact that like we were joking about like Snicker yesterday, as like, did you guys know he was the manager of the Braves? And then like he's everywhere talking about it.
I didn't know he existed before yesterday.
Would you have walked? Like, would you have been fine if they walked him? I'd have been fine if they walked him. You didn't even have to throw a pitch. No,
Nah, don't walk him. I actually want, like, before that at bat, this guy's hit 3 home runs to start the game against you. Like I said, I don't want to keep name dropping my coaching experience, but this is what the
But I'll
coaches
do it
say.
anyway.
Baseball coaches, this is what you say when a guy's too comfortable.
Yeah.
You need to make him less comfortable. The way to do that,
injure him
no, throw in, a little up and in, get him maybe on the ground even,
right at the neck.
get him uncomfortable.
Oh,
There's a fine line, and he went a little.
he crossed the fine line.
He went a little to the right of that line because he's a wild pitcher.
Got it.
I blame Billy. I'm enjoying.
I already
getting
apologized
blamed. I
on
know you
behalf
did.
of the Marlins and, humanity to the Braves and Major League Baseball.
I love that people texted you should be ashamed. Like, what is that?
Someone
what is that text to?
tweeted me saying like that we were homers last night. I don't even know. Like, what do you want me to do? Death sentence. Is that enough?
I mean, suspended for the year. I think
Banned
it's
for
reasonable.
life. He should never play baseball again. Chris just pointed to the air and said, talk to Roy.
Hello.
Hi, Roy.
Hi, Billy.
What do you want to talk about?
I don't know.
By the way, how many people do you think are still listening? Because Izzy was really good the days that he was filling in, and we are not so good.
I thought the first segment was good.
I think that people don't really.
I think
the
there's
first segment
4
was good
people.
until I showed up.
It was okay, I guess, but I don't think people actually. I mean, it's the
No one's
Marlins.
listening.
You think how many people? 786-456-4837 if you're listening.
Roy, are you going to Charlie's wedding?
I am.
Charlie Hume, former something on this
Old
show.
Money Charlie.
Now he works on the TV show, I think, doing something in Washington. It's really unclear what it is that he does.
It is very unclear what he does.
But he seems to have some sort of power over someone or something. There's lots of like confusion as to what this is what I know he does. It takes him 2 months to edit the Ninja Warrior thing because we did that in
Longer
April.
than that.
And we almost missed the air date in like June. And then he wanted like an award because he was putting up videos at 4 a.m. that he was working on.
And we didn't do any of the B-roll that we wanted to do.
That's
of the-
another thing.
Yeah.
You know what? You guys want show secrets? Let's spin the wheel.
Show secrets.
I don't think that microphone is on. That's fine. Oh, there you go.
You were just on Show Secrets.
There you go. It landed on show secrets. Here's a show secret. So for the Ninja Warrior thing, we came up with an idea, probably not a good idea, but definitely an idea when we were at Ninja Warrior, the day that we were taping. It was me, Amin, and Charlie hanging out there with Allyson. Allyson was there kind of making sure we didn't get ourselves into any trouble. And we came up with the idea of doing like those backstories that they do for like the Ninja Warrior participants, where we were going to tell like tales of why we were there and show like videos of us practicing. And me and Amin actually went out one day after the show, and for like an hour we were out. It was really hot. We were out there for like an hour, and he was like doing like warm-ups, and he was working out at this like Muscle Beach thing that they have down on like 9th and Ocean. And he couldn't really do any of the things that we were doing, but it was kind of funny. And we had to reshoot things. He was doing things like in a playground, like he was training for real.
My whole life for this. This is my moment.
And we had him like at a playground, like just riding on a swing as if he was training and doing like stairs or whatever, going up and down the playground, going down the slide. Like it was ridiculous, and it could have been okay, and that was killed because
I think it would have been funny.
I think it got killed because we waited too long to edit.
No, I think it got killed because it was too much work. I think that's why it got killed.
Wow. That's quite the accusation.
I think it's fair.
Charlie, if you're listening, which you're not because no one is, 786-456-4837 to defend yourself. Wow, we have a board full of calls.
Landon, you're on 790 the ticket.
Hey, Billy, just letting you know that I'm listening. I know nobody else is, but I am.
Thank you, Landon. I appreciate it. I love you. Have a good day. That was Landon, guys.
All right.
He's listening.
All right, Landon.
Good call.
Roy, what are you doing in Bristol again? Oh, wait, no.
Okay.
Well, you can tell us what you're doing, I guess.
Thank you. I'm having meetings with the heads of ESPN
Who are you meeting
Radio.
with? You don't want to say?
That sounds important.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to say.
Oh.
Roy, don't leave us.
Yeah, don't leave us, Roy.
Well, be nicer to me.
So back to wedding etiquette. Roy.
Yes.
Can we talk about Charlie's wedding? Because you were invited to Charlie's wedding in Washington, D.C.
That's right.
You're going, which was a huge surprise to me.
Uh-huh.
But who's going with you to this wedding?
My wife and child.
Roy.
What?
Hold on, let's slow down. Does Charlie know that your child's coming?
I texted him the Bellamy's are coming to celebrate the Humes. So that meant
Wait, you texted him. Did you send back the RSVP? Did you send back?
I did it online. Well, I actually told him because I got the invitation late. So I actually told him who was coming.
So you said the Bellamy's, but not Bellamy's plus one.
Yeah, just the Bellamy's.
So he doesn't know that.
So the assumption would be that you and your wife, Anit, are going.
Well, if he chose to assume that, sure.
What do you mean? The Bellamy's mean you and your wife.
No. The Bellamy's mean the entire household. The Bellamy's. That means three people.
Does the invitation say Mr. and Mrs. Bellamy plus your daughter?
I don't know because I got the invitation late.
Well, if that's what the invitation says, that's what the RSVP would mean.
Well, surprise, everybody. Claire's coming.
So you're taking your baby to a wedding in Washington, D.C. without letting the person know that you're doing that.
That's right.
But you know that there's seating arrangements that need to be taken into account. There's numbers.
Yes, but you do realize that babies can actually fit on, the lap of either the mother or father. Therefore, she doesn't have to take up a chair.
So you don't think that you should give him a heads up whatsoever that you're bringing your baby to this wedding?
No.
Roy.
No, I don't.
You're going to have a giant stroller probably also.
Maybe, maybe not. Maybe I could park the stroller.
Do you think we should ask Charlie?
If Roy's
Or should we just have... I think we're trying to help.
Are we helping or are we making this?
I don't know.
No, you're trying to make this a little bit more messy than it is.
No, we're trying to help you, Roy, because this is like...
How are you trying to help me, Chris?
This is the scenario that I'm envisioning. Charlie has like a very big extended family, and there's someone in his family who was like, "Hey, Charlie, can I bring our little 2-year-old Denise? Can we bring her?" And Charlie's like, "You know what? Like, this is a no kids wedding. Sorry." So family members are not bringing their child, and then Roy is just going to show up with his child. And that I'm just saying that's gonna, if you don't let him know, that's gonna come off a little rude.
It's possible that there will be kids here. I just feel like you're setting yourself up for an awkward situation where, there's no kids there and you have the only child there.
Whoop.
Hold on.
It's going to be a situation.
I'm going to take a call on line 3, see what they think about. Oh,
yeah,
line 3 just dropped. See what's line 4. 786-456-4837 if you want to talk. Wow. Uh-oh. Let's take a call first. Hello? Good morning. You're on the air.
I want to defend Roy.
Okay. Go. Defend him.
Roy, you're doing okay. They need to assume the worst and expect that your baby is coming.
Yes, that's how I live life, everything. Actually, I assume the worst. Prepare for the worst.
But I don't... Is there other bad wedding etiquette? Is Charlie here? Hold on, Charlie. Why are we giving Charlie a microphone? Hello, Charlie?
Yes, hello.
Good morning, Charlie. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. Just about to do some exercise, hanging out in my house. What's going on?
Do you know what's happening or no?
You imagine Charlie doing sit-ups, yoga.
I think that Charlie has like one of those, what's
Pilates
like the thing?
machine.
No, the one that like Chuck Norris does, like the Total Gym, where it's like a thing where you pull on you pull on like the cables and it like moves your body up and down like a railing.
Charlie, do you have a gym in your house?
No, listen, guys. I do HIIT workouts. I'm gonna throw a little plug out there for my spot, Cut 7, Washington D.C. Best workout I've ever done in my life.
Shout out, Charlie.
It's the best. It's the best. Best shape I've ever been in my life.
Do you know why you're on the show today, Charlie?
I have no idea.
All right, so here's the deal. The local hour right now is me, Allyson, Chris, and Roy is in Bristol doing the show from Bristol, and we were discussing. Yeah, what, Allyson?
I'm sorry. I'm interrupting. You go. You're doing great.
All right. So your wedding came up and just general wedding etiquette came up, and we were talking about, what's proper, what's improper with weddings. And your wedding is coming up, and all of us, I think with the exception of Allyson, will be attending your wedding because she won't commit or not commit to the wedding.
Oh, no, I committed to not going to the wedding.
Why are you not going?
It's not ambiguous.
It made me very sad.
Why
did it make you very sad?
Yeah, it did make me very sad because you're one of my best friends in the world, and I'm just really sad you're not going to be there to celebrate with me. But, listen, it's okay.
True or
false? What you're going to do is you're going to give me a gift. You're going to do Lobo's on green screen to make
that's
it up.
Never going to happen.
That's
I
another
love
behind-the-scenes thing.
You continue to ask me to do it. It'll never happen.
True or
that's
false?
That's a whole side thing. Sorry for interrupting, Billy.
True or false, Charlie? You invited Allyson with a +1.
I did. Okay, so, all right. I know where this is going.
This is not where it's going. This is just a sidetrack.
I did. I then subsequently got like really nervous on numbers and texted her like in a panic, was like, hey, you want to bring someone, you can, but like really.
Oh no, that was not. Wait, Charlie, that was not the text.
We're getting off topic.
That was not the text. It was.
By the way, 100% understand Charlie's frustration with numbers. I've done a day of wedding planning, and it's very overwhelming. Very overwhelming.
Billy is not going to make wedding plan. Like, he is going to fall apart.
I'll probably die before my wedding.
We are all over the place.
Billy.
Yes.
Billy, yeah, you have a lot in store for you. I don't mean to derail again, but it is a process. And I'm so glad it's almost over. But anyway, that's a whole other thing.
All right, so let's get back on track. Roy, are you still there?
Barely.
All right, Charlie, here's the deal.
Roy.
And I don't want to...
Hi, Charlie.
I don't want to be a snitch here. But when
you are.
When you sent Roy a wedding invitation, what did the wedding invitation say?
It said to Mr. and Mrs. Roy Bellamy, if I'm not incorrect. I believe so. I think that's what it said.
So what are you anticipating from Roy and this wedding in terms of attendance?
Well, I've spoken with Roy. I know he and Anita are going to eat the beef. The beef is delicious, by the way. A little braised beef, a little mashed potatoes. I personally prefer the sausage stuffed chicken, but it's okay. So
I went chicken. I went chicken
and beef for my girlfriend, so I can try them both.
I think Anita went chicken.
Oh my, dude, chicken, little crispy potatoes on the side, and a carrot. Oh my god, dude, y'all are gonna love the food.
Oh yes.
Anyway, so Roy, let me guess what's happening here. Is Princess Claire going to tag along?
Yes, she is.
You know what? So like a lot of people are. I don't want kids at my wedding. People, I kind of like hate that. I think it's like a real snobby move. Like, oh, I don't want a kid at my wedding. Like the celebration with your friends. If part of those friends are a child, I mean, we can make it work. Here's actually, this is going back to the whole Allyson +1 situation. We actually got a little help on numbers. Things have freed up in the past few days. So if Princess Claire wants to tag along, Princess Claire is welcome to tag along. So that's good to know though. Now I can factor that in. I can go back to the wedding planner. This is wedding planning on the fly, Billy. You're going to love this.
This is great news because I was worried that he was going to show up with Princess Claire and you were going to get overwhelmed. Not overwhelmed, but you would have been like, you know what? It would have been nice to have a heads up, which is why we did this. And by the way, I would assume that Allyson would have been in the same table as us. So Princess Claire's basically getting Allyson's seat with no +1.
With no +1.
So this is fine.
Which is super rude.
I think the bigger picture here, the point we were making, we knew that Charlie would be a genuinely nice person.
You thought Amanda was going to be mad about this.
No, I mean, she might be, and Charlie even might be. The point we were making is that Roy needed to let Charlie know, and he was just going to show up with Claire. That was what the point we were making.
Here's like another little twist, is actually I had a similar situation happen with a personal friend who they were going to bring a child and not tell me.
Sounds like
and then I had a separate personal friend who I think declined the wedding because they were offended that I didn't invite their kids. You really get the worst that comes out of people when you wedding plan. Like, we had several people reach out to us and were like, hey, I'm going to be there, RSVPing, yes, but can you, like, text me after you do the tasting so you can tell me which options are good or bad? I was like, are you serious?
That's crazy.
Like, I'm losing my mind right now. Like, the last thing I'm going to do is like, hey, you guys should really get the sausage stuffed chicken. Like, I'm, like, trying to fit, however many people in this place without it being a fire hazard, and the woman who's cleaning at the venue breathing down my neck. It's like the worst thing ever, and you want to know, like, whether or not the potatoes are good with the chicken. It's unbelievable. You really get the worst out of people.
All right, well, Charlie, thanks for joining us. I love you. I know that I'm supposed to hate you and everybody wants us to have like some sort of combative relationship. That's just not the case. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Charlie.
Thank you, Charlie.
I love you too. I'm so happy for you. So happy we're all getting married. Allyson, of course, married to the game, married to cats, puzzles.
Wow.
Charlie, let's schedule the green screen today.
Green screen.
Charlie, hold on one second.
Okay.
Allison's trying to drop you.
Just trying to hang
She's
up on him.
hung up on you. All right, guys, when we come back, find out how many coins Allyson Turner has in her purse.
Is your home an ADT home? Get ADT and help protect against break-ins, fire, and carbon monoxide. For a limited time, get ADT's lowest rate starting at just $28.99 a month from the most trusted name in home security. ADT is the first security company to help keep you safe at home and when you're on the go. Go to ADT.com/podcast to take advantage of ADT's lowest rate. With 36-month monitoring contract, early termination and installation fees apply. Excludes taxes and fees. Applies to traditional services only. Certain markets excluded. Licenses available at ADT.com.
Don Le Batard.
How was that? Local enough for you? That was local. That was baseball. I feel like we lost everyone in our audience.
Perhaps.
Mike! Where'd Mike go?
Anyone?
Stugotz.
There's nobody producing this show right now. Billy, Roy, Mike, and Chris all went to go get a drink. They're all hammered by the Clevelander bar. They're drinking one of those giant drinks that has beers in it upside down.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz on the ticket.
All right, it's the shipping container. Back with you here on the ticket. Allyson, Billy, Roy, and Chris. Roy, you were telling me during the break, you're up in Bristol. What's going on up there? Who'd you run into?
So I passed Teddy Atlas in the hallway. He was with somebody, and I almost knocked over Sal Paolantonio as I was walking out of the studio earlier, which should make Allyson laugh a little bit.
No, I love Teddy Atlas. He's like one of my favorites. Did you talk to him?
No, I didn't get to speak to him because I was running a little bit late trying to prep for the show. But it was just, I tried not to laugh as I was walking past him.
Why did you almost knock down Sal Pal?
Because I was walking out of the studio and he was walking past the door and I almost knocked him clean out.
Have you heard from Dominique, by the way? I mean,
yeah, he's there. He might not be in front of the mic, but he's definitely there.
Cool. Have you gone down that hallway where you put like the you touch the screen and it plays music of your favorite college team?
No, not yet. I haven't gone to the cafe either. So, and I'm hungry. So
you're always hungry.
Yeah, I'm always hungry. So I'm going to stop by there.
Let us know who you see at the cafe.
Yeah, what's the longest you go without eating?
The longest I go, well, there's the time where I have to sleep. But outside of that, maybe an hour.
Why do you call it calf?
Everybody else calls it calf. I don't know.
Why he calls it that.
Everybody else does.
It's a good question by her, though. Why?
Yeah, that is a good question.
The cafeteria.
Yeah.
I think it's to make it shorter.
Probably. Yeah.
Is that why?
If I were to guess, I mean, I don't know.
It's a good assumption.
786-456-4837 if you want to talk about wedding etiquette. Allyson, we didn't get into your plus one thing. Yeah, because Chris, I don't want to put anyone on the spot. She's mad at you. That's why she didn't go to your wedding. Because you didn't give her a plus one.
I know, but like I said with Charlie, and I told her at the time, it's the numbers thing.
We never talked about it.
Yeah, we have.
You and I have talked about
yes.
it? When?
Because when it was a thing, when this was like actually happening, you guys were all making, ooh, Allyson, do you have a plus one? Like, I know you guys.
But we never talked about it.
We've discussed it. Look.
We've never discussed it.
There was people in my wedding, some of my best friends that didn't have plus ones.
That's rude.
I mean, that's how it works.
Yeah.
Not everyone gets plus ones to every wedding. I mean,
I'm going to learn.
You're going to melt. You are going to, yeah. You can do like I did.
I'll give you a plus one wait, you eloped?
I did. Yeah, I couldn't. Are you crazy? A wedding? No.
You've been married?
That, drama of
have you told this on air that you've been married before? Do people know that?
I mean, it's not a secret. Let's go to a call.
Just putting people on air. Hello, you're on the air.
Hello. This is the worst show ever.
Thank you, sir. What's your name?
God, that's so.
David.
David? Thank you, David. Have a good day.
yeah.
All right.
Can't disagree with that.
I mean, you can't disagree with that. He's right. Kind of. Is that all he wanted to say?
I think. Well, he's not him anymore. Now you brought someone else up on air.
You're on the air.
Shouldn't be doing this.
You're on the air.
Okay, so wedding etiquette.
Oh,
if the invitation says like whatever, it's the Bellamy family, then Roy can invite whoever he wants. He can invite, you know what I mean? He could roll up with like 10 people.
No.
Now, if it just says, you know, I don't know Roy's wife's name, whatever her name is, but if it says his wife's name, his name, then he can't just invite, you know, he can't invite his baby or his mom or his dad or anybody else. That is the true etiquette of you know.
Well, again, I got the invitation late. I talked to Charlie before the invitation came in the mail, so I didn't get to see the invitation.
Hold on, stop everyone. We have a list on Get Up.
What is
there's
it?
a list?
I don't see it.
Jalen's top 5 tortured fan bases.
Oh, wow.
How is it that I don't have Get Up in here? I'm in Bristol.
Are you going to tell us what it is?
Oh,
Because we're
man.
already by number 3.
Number 5, the Kings.
Wow.
Pretty
Which
tortured.
team?
Sacramento.
786-456-4337. I'm going to take a call really quick while he talks about whatever. Good morning. You're on the air.
Hey, it's Mike. I got a.
What's your name?
Chime in. Mike.
Mike. Okay. Hi, Mike.
Roy, I'm gonna say leave the kid at home. Do both parties a service. You'll have a better time, and you don't have to stress about it.
Hey, listen, I got a good kid, all right? She's very quiet. She's not going to cry, so she's going to be fine. Thank you very much.
All right. 786-456-4837. Let's get to what we were going to talk about today before Jose Urena.
This is big.
Decided
Wait a minute, what's
to
the next
hit
team, Chris?
Ronald Acuna.
St. Louis Blues, number 4. I'll sprinkle these in, as you were, Billy.
It looks like the Browns are number 3. Yeah. Number 3, the Browns. Spoiler alert.
Wow.
Wow.
That was, for those of you who can't see, which is everyone but Chris and Allyson.
And Roy.
That is a giant... Well, no, Roy, you can't see what's happening.
Yeah, I can't see.
That's a giant bag of change that Allyson brought in today because Allyson is collecting change. That's 1 bag of change, 2 bags of change.
I'm moving, so
3 bags of change.
I want to go to TD Bank.
Oh, they fell on the floor? Oh,
For
no.
the worst.
Party
No.
foul.
I mean,
That bag
the
was open.
worst.
Party foul.
That bag was open.
By the way, I learned something yesterday. Billy rolls his own change.
I almost cursed.
What?
Yes,
That
he goes
bag
to the
opens.
bank, he gets the paper, he sits, and he individually rolls
Wait a
coins.
second. Billy, you do this?
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, I used to do it when I was younger. You go to the bank, you get the things, you roll the coins, you go and turn it in. Here's the thing about the coins, and the reason Allyson brought them in. We were talking about how coins are, an underrated form of currency because a lot of people don't like coins. They don't like the hassle of the coins. Wow, there's so many coins. All over
There's
the
so
place.
many coins. I can't believe you just spilled it.
So talking to the
Isn't
mic,
that
Billy.
surprising?
I mean, it's not surprising.
All right, so Allyson wanted to go to drop her coins off at a machine that counts the money for her. And then we were talking about how, like, if you go to certain places, they take out a cut from the total amount of money. So Allyson decided to go to a bank and open an account at a different bank that counts the change for you and doesn't take out a percentage. Like, that's the reason you're opening an account at a different bank.
No, there's another reason. I mean, I need to open a bank account, so I'm doing it there, yes. Because look at this. I mean, there's a massive amount of change.
Yes.
Do you agree? I mean, if you were to guess the amount that's there.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. So that's
Okay,
what we want to
sorry.
do today. So we're going to tweet out a picture of all this change that Allyson has. And if you can guess the amount, the closest person to guessing the amount of change that Allyson brought in here today, maybe you'll get something. Maybe not. I can't promise. Again, I get in trouble for contests all the time.
You do.
So I'm not going to say that anything
There are
happened. I'll
rules.
just say, you know what? Try to set. What is this thing?
Oh.
What was that?
I don't know.
A giant something that was not really a coin.
That's okay.
So yeah, you can send us in, your guesses, and we'll appreciate it. 786-456-4837.
I mean, you should
Can we
tell
get
them
back to
they're
this list, Chris?
Wait, hold on. We have a call.
Number 2, Supersonics.
Wow, Supersonics and number 1 Lions.
Jeez.
Wasn't that fun today? Hello, you're on the air.
I just woke up like 3 minutes ago, so this is my genuine wake and take for the day.
Okay.
I think people should be less mad at that Marlins pitcher for throwing at Acuna than they should be for the fact that the Braves didn't clear the benches faster than they did. Weak response, in my opinion.
Weak response by the Braves. Look, we were called homers for what, Allyson?
Stop messing with the coins now. We can do it after.
Well, it's everywhere.
It's loud.
I'm trying to clean it up.
Yeah,
trying to clean up this mess. All right, thank you, sir, for calling in.
You were responding to his call, though.
Yeah, we're supposed to be really mad. If not, we're homers. So,
Can you stop doing that, please?
Urena should be
so annoying.
Banned for life.
For the people that are just joining us, this is our take. I think Urena did not mean to hit him. He meant to throw inside. The ball got away from him. He's a wild pitcher. He was trying to send a message. He was trying to knock him down, and he failed. So the ball went a little out, and it hit him, and that's baseball. This guy hit 3 home runs back-to-back-to-back games to lead off the game. You got to get him off his feet. You got to make him nervous. He missed. He hit him. It's baseball.
And that's coming from a former high school baseball coach.
For 2 respected local high schools.
Boom.
How long did you coach?
Total of 5 years.
Wow.
How much money do you think is here, Allyson?
I thought you were gonna ask me how much do high school baseball coaches make. I was gonna say very little.
Yeah.
Well, there's 4 Ziploc big bags.
Some of them open.
Some of them now all over. One's spilled all over the floor. I think it's at least $200.
$200? I don't think there's $200.
You don't?
Well, you have dollars in here too. Why do you have actual cash in here?
I don't know. It was just I'm moving.
Where do you keep this?
In various places, a piggy bank. I have this dog piggy bank. A
doggy bank?
Yeah, it's cute.
What kind of dog is it?
It's a bulldog. It's like a
nice
bulldog. You're on the air.
Hello.
It's a Frenchie. Okay.
Good morning.
Hello?
Yes?
Good morning.
What do you want to talk
Billy.
about, sir?
Hey, Billy, what's up with Marlins man? He's still wearing Marlins jerseys.
I don't know what's up with Marlins man. I think that he is away from the Marlins. I don't think that they necessarily want him back. I don't know that for a fact, but I don't think that they're big fans of his. And yeah, he still wears his Marlins jersey just to other teams' games. And I saw that he's having like a giant homecoming that he's throwing for himself in a game against the Nationals at Marlins Park in September where he bought out like 3 sections of seats. So that's going to be a spectacle.
He seemed to have adopted the Yankees this season, early on at least.
Well, So I was at that first like town hall thing that Derek Jeter did, and he was there, and that's where like he got into his famous like back and forth with Jeter, and he claimed to be like a season ticket holder for the Yankees and the Mets, I believe. So he has season tickets for a couple different teams. He just likes the Marlins.
Can I go again?
Yeah.
I am allowed.
Dominique Fox, by the way, is going to be doing the show nationally with Randy Scott today. So we're getting close to that. Hello, you're on the air.
Hello.
Yes.
Oh, am I in the air?
Yes, you're on the air.
Yes, you're on the air. Go, please.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Billy, this is Billy. I'm calling from North Carolina, and I just wanted to let you know I'm loving today's show.
Hi, Billy.
Thank you, Billy. That's so great. I didn't plan that at all.
Do you know any Billies in North Carolina?
That guy's not.
Do you see what happens
Billy, and
to
he's
me?
Not from North Carolina.
Do you see what happens to me near a phone? It's really like if I'm in a store and the phone rings, I want to answer it. It's a problem.
Why?
I don't know. I
we
just
have
like
10
the
seconds
phone.
left. Hello, you're on the air.
I didn't know that.
Hello, you're on the air. You need to pay attention to the clock. Hey, you have 11 seconds. Oh, he hung up.
Good call.
Can you please stop?
Yes, I will stop.
Bringing people up on the air.
Mm-hmm.
What else did you want to talk about? You wanted to talk about. I mean, we're not going to get a chance to do this show again. So like, you're going to cancel us before tomorrow.
I wanted to talk about the Marlins, and we talked about it.
No, you want to talk about pet peeves. I think you said you want to talk about pet peeves because so many things bother Allyson Turner.
First of all,
all your pet peeves. You need to talk about all your pet peeves.